Alright, number 10, we want to simplify by combining like radicals. So what that means is that the radical expression, what's under the square root, is being treated like a variable, and as long as they're the same, then we can add the numbers in front. So when you see something like this, think about like what you would do if you had 3x plus 5x. Okay, so you would add the numbers 3 and 5 and you would get 8x. So the same property is happening here. This square root of 10 is kind of being treated like a variable, and 6 and 7, we would add those since it's addition, and we would get 13 square roots of 10. Now this 10 won't break down. If you tried to, you would just get 2 times 5. Both those numbers are prime. There's no pair, so you just put them back together. So 13 square root of 10 is going to be your final answer. Alright, so here we want to simplify this one as well. We have 7 square roots of 3 minus square root of 3. You need to understand that this is 1, understood to be 1 square root of 3, so 7 minus 1. You're not getting rid of the square root of 3's, you're just getting rid of the numbers in front. You're combining those. So 7 minus 1 will give you 6 square roots of 3. So be careful. That's a common mistake that people want to just write 7. They want to get rid of the square root of 3 part, but you actually just subtract 1 from it. So this will be 6 square roots of 3. Okay, so this last one, as this problem stands right now, we cannot simplify it because they're different radicals. So we have to do some simplifying to see if we actually can reduce these. Okay, so let's break these down to primes. This will be 3 times 6 and 3 times 2. We got a pair of 3's, so that means I get to pull a 3 out, and it's negative, so I'm going to say negative 3, and then what's left is the 2. It didn't have a pair, so square root of 2. And what I do is I scratch out the ones that I break down, so I know it's no longer 18, it's 3 times 6, and it's no longer 6, it's 3 times 2. Alright, with the 72, we can do 2 and 36. Alright, and 36 we can break down to 6 times 6. Alright, now even though this isn't prime, we do have a pair, so that will be good enough. And so we got a pair of 6's, and then we have a 2 left, so we have plus 6 square root of 2. So after we reduced it, we both have square roots of 2. Now we can combine, and that will give us 3 square roots of 2. Now, let me just make mention. If you had continued to go and break this down, you would have ended up with 2 times 3 and 2 times 3. Alright, so you got a pair of 2's here, and you got a pair of 3's here. So you have 2 numbers that you would be taking out. You would be taking out 2 and a 3. If you take out multiple numbers, you multiply them together. 2 times 3, that's how you would get your 6 here. Okay, these 2 would give you 6. I just stopped earlier because I noticed that, hey, I got a pair of 6's. So if you keep going all the way to primes and you bring out more than one number, you multiply them together. And if you have more than one number left, you would multiply it back together and leave it under the radical.